Hello, this is my brainstorming session for themes, 2025 themes. Coming up with general general guideposts, guidelines for myself, general guides, I guess, guidepost guides, for how I'm gonna kind of point myself throughout the year. It's sort of a counter to the idea of just doing specific New Year's resolutions where you say like I am going to do this year and this year, and you get to like maybe February and then you just say fuck it and you forget it and you just go on bumbling through life. There'll still be lots of bumbling with this method, but I find with this method with themes, checking in on them each month as I am also making my kind of monthly goals has been fairly useful in a way of guiding me, having the big picture, having a big picture view to then be able to, that motivates me a lot more than just creating my own meaning. When I'm just talking about the sorrows of Satan, where it's very much if you don't believe in God, then you're meaningless, non-existent, amoral bastard. I don't believe in that. Believe in kind of creating my own meaning, creating kind of a life purpose for myself throughout a year. It's a humble thing. It's not like I'm my life themes. It's just that. So my themes for 2024 were the themes of fun, the year of fun. That's how you kind of frame them. This is all from CPG Gray, by the way. This is really is a worksheet episode of this where I'm just kind of throwing stuff up there. This is CPG Gray and Grady. No, not Grady. That's the other one. I'll have to get their names. It's Cortex, the podcast Cortex with CPG Gray and the other guy who's I'm terribly sorry. I can't remember his name. Not like anyone's going to watch this. This is just me babbling. But my themes from last year were the year of fun and the year of finishing or intentionality. Kind of give myself a little qualifier there. And I sort of use those to try and kind of guide what I did during the year. And even like year of fun, that's like having fun at work, bringing fun to reading, bringing fun to my writing, all that sort of thing. Which to varying degrees, it actually did help me. It's that kind of that like have fun, enjoy yourself, and if you're not having fun, other than maybe work you've got to kind of bear down. But even in work you have to bear down, but also try and bring a lightness to it, try and bring an openness to it, which is I think is a part of there's a part of that is makes the fun. So that was very useful for me for last year. But this year it's all work, no fun at all. Oh, no. It'll be fun, but that kind of a spirit, trying to carry that through, and the idea of finishing, that's trying to leave less unfinished kind of fragments behind me. Less so, but it definitely helped me get maybe a couple more things done than I would have gotten done. So for this year, I actually it was very useful. I found my worksheet from last year, and it had like various little things that like suggestions. Like I collected a whole bunch of people's like year of cohesion, year of ideal outcomes, year of slowing down, year of programming, year of foundations, year of humanity, year of building, year of targets, year of splitting plates, year of understanding, year of redirection, year of courage, year of risk, year of cultivation, year of growing young, year of creativity, year of movement. And you can see where every once of those of this kind of this you make a theme like that, and then underneath it you build what are the concrete various things you could do within that. But the thing with that is you have multiple things and you might not get them all done. You may only get one done, but if you did, it's still a success and it still carries you through the year. I actually probably with year of fun and finishing, there were things that got dropped, like my doodling got dropped, but I added things to the list there. I added things so it's flexible as well. Very much. You get. I'm not somebody who's gonna make. I need a rigid schedule. It's like that's not organic. That doesn't feel right to me. That might feel more secure to somebody else, but that just feels confining to me. So I was able to kind of adapt it as the year went on, each month, basically adaptation. The things that I came up with, well, actually, one of them was from CPG Gray. I think one of his was the Year of Small Things, which is trying to make improvements, little meaningful improvements, consistently throughout your environment, yourself, um, during the year, as like little, like they're tight, like multiple little mini projects, which is kind of a nice way of thinking about a lot of stuff that does need to get done. And we sometimes you just never get around to it. And then once you get around to it, you go, oh my god, I cleaned my room, and it's like, why didn't I do this earlier? It's like I just never got around to it. So having that kind of an idea for a thing was a good idea. And the other one is self work, which I'm think I need to work on that. This is what I've given myself for January, is this idea of I've called it self work at the moment. I don't know if that seems like a little vague. That seems a little bit amorphous, and I mean it should be a little bit kind of encompassing, but it should be encompassing in a way that's like, I can kind of feel that, and it kind of gives me a focus for the year. And I have various things under that. And I think the things under that, because what I did was I was like, okay, the Year of Small Things and a Year of Self Work is what I call it right now. I was able to, what I did yesterday is I kind of started working on that and saying, like, okay, what would be under there? So for the Year of Small Things, I've got the house, and then breaking that down into individual jobs to declutter and organize, with a lot of trips to donate at Value Village. First one is a super easy little thing, but it's just an example of a tiny little thing, which is putting the Christmas decorations away, getting them back underneath, downstairs. Um, B is off at my office, my clutter, which is my office. Part of that is unfortunately it's become a storage room for a lot of stuff that we have elsewhere that seasonally goes other places in the house, or just just needed to get. There's a place here I work basically in this plane. There's a plane right here in front of the camera where I do all my work, which I try and keep clear, even though at the moment yet more stuff is in the way. Have a knees lying down at my feet isn't one of those things. That's the dog bed is there for a reason. But yeah, decluttering my office. So there's that. There's books. I have a lot of books, physical books, and I'm sort of gone to e-readers pretty solid. Like I don't think I've picked up one of these physical books for a long time. I haven't certainly bought one. I've gotten one or two from the free library that I thought, no, maybe I'll get to it. But I need to make some hard decisions. Probably decide what is, for sentimental reasons, something that I want to hold on to and have, and what can just go. What can just go. So doing that during this year is a good idea. My desk in front of me, it's functional, but I could make it a lot. It could be a lot more tidy and a lot more functional. And then just, yes, finding other places in the house for all this stuff that is stored in my office, so I can kind of have this entire space for myself. That would be really nice. Uh, yeah. Um, Next one is going to be the living room, the kitchen, the bedroom, Ja's office, and the other one that I should put down here, which definitely is going to involve all of us, is here, I'm going to put that in between some other things. All of us is storage downstairs. Storage down, which actually has kind of a lot of old stuff that we had from our Ghost Town Glass days down there. So that's something that will also get done during the year. And then there's going to be the yard, one of which I can start on pretty shortly, which is cutting down bamboo and putting it into the thing over there, because we get stuff picked up all year round. I should get that done. I'm going to be collabing with Jackie on the rest, and then mowing. So there's all that. The next thing I've got for Year Small Things is small things of, like, basically how I do stuff within my with how do I use my time in my day, examine my schedule to focus and get stuff done. To do the to-do list is definitely a part of that, but not all. Um, Track what I do now, examine that tracking, and see if there's places for improvement. Small changes to my of how I work. Not saying like, oh, I'm going to get up earlier and I'm gonna do stuff at night and it's all that, but it's like, where is there places where I can squeeze out maybe just one more thing. Like if I wanted to get back into doodling, is there a place in there that I could carve out a little time for doodling? That would be lovely. So yeah, figuring that out. Is there places where I'm just sort of like, I could be doing something here? And also realizing there's sometimes it's like I just need downtime and not overschedule myself because that never works. So it's got to be sustainable small changes that are actually going to be that'll actually work for my thing. So that is the start. I think I really it's just the start of small things, and I think there's a lot more that can go into it's I think as CPG Gray said, it's like it's a pretty intense one when you start thinking about it of doing so. I don't know if I'm going to go as hard as CPG Gray does. He's a very he's a fellow who he runs a YouTube channel and he really kind of goes micro granule. I think I can do the relaxed version because I'm just not that's the kind of guy I'm just not going to do it any other way. So that's a year of small things. Year of small things I feel like is fair. I've got a fairly good grasp on it. The one I'm gonna kind of work on, including just the title of it, is Year of Self-Work. And it's a kind of a theme of examining and working on internal struggles that I have going on in myself. It's got to do with kind of compulsive behaviors. Um, yeah, yeah. Don't know how much I want to share here about that. Well, I mean, it's not like anyone's freaking watching this stuff, but it's working on number one. I've got down here is shame. Working on examining and bringing to light the shame I carry around in myself and how that affects my behavior, both with sexuality, and my kind of cheating behavior online in the past, kind of doing stuff with strangers via text on the internet. You know, that's what I've been doing up until, I was doing that last year. So it's not so, and it's something like I dropped Jaw off for her. She's just doing something downtown at the moment. I came home and there's a part of me that's like, oh, I could get online right now. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, there's that. Is that a habit? Is that this is a time when I'm by myself and I can kind of indulge in something, and it's just like, okay, there's that feeling. And so I kind of gave myself a self hug, which, it's like, take care of yourself. Because, I know it's obviously I get something out of that. Sometimes often just sexual release out of that. But I'm also really kind of damaging my relationship with Ja doing stuff like that. So it's like, you know, trying to examine what's going on there. And that from a brief kind of conversation with a counselor, it's like, what part is this is just sort of shame based, and is it just embarrassment about my lame behavior, or is there something deeper? So kind of specifically writing on I'm thinking maybe I should get a notebook that's specifically about me kind of writing about that stuff in a separate notebook. I have my kind of my journal notebook, which I just write kind of things about my day, though the one today was a erotic kind of dream story thing that kind of goes along with a lot of my erotic obsessions. But that's what I felt like writing today. But yeah, trying to come up with maybe a safe place where I can kind of write about that and think about that and see if I can explore it, kind of come out, trying to open that up. In addition, reading about shame and working through issues that come up with, issues that come up in a compulsive way. So yeah, finding actual kind of books on this and seeing like, okay, what resonates to me, what doesn't resonate with me, what is kind of totalizing, try not to find the shame books on shame, but just like, okay, relax, take a breath, let's explore. This is what a lot of other people have experienced with how they've kind of come there. Maybe that would be useful, hearing other people's stories to kind of say, oh, I'm looking over at that person and I can see some things like that there. Maybe that would be useful. And how that kind of gives rise to kind of compulsive behaviors in me. My compulsiveness has gone down, probably because I do a lot more of this, of talking to myself on the camera is actually a good way of just kind of like, I do this, and it kind of relaxes. It relaxes or grounds me. So there's that. Trying to bring Ja into that discussion when she is able to. We're not doing couples count. We were doing couples counseling, but she's had a big rise in her own things that she's needed to deal with. So while she's doing that, that part of the motivation is like, okay, while she's doing her work, very necessary work, I should go and do mine. So that means we're not going to be doing a constant back and forth on this, but I should try and bring her into this discussion, share stuff with her, try and be open with her about it. And yeah. So the ultimate goal is that once we've done our own self work, we will then go back into couples counseling, and we kind of integrate. She'll have done stuff. I will try and do stuff. So I'm not just sitting still with my thumb up my ass. That's not my thing. While she's doing work. So yeah. So yeah, there's that. So like a shame notebook. I don't know if I'm going to call it that. If that's the way to call it, feelings notebook. It doesn't sound right either. But well, I'm going to work on that. That's one of my thoughts of what would come under the year of self work. Number 2 is writing. Within this, continue to write my stories. Usually have been erotic stories. Doing that daily. I enjoy writing. I don't think it's an obsessive. Well, it's a hopefully healthfully obsessive behavior. It's creative, and I enjoy being creative that way. Making stories. It just seems like it's powered by that erotic part of myself. Which there's people who that's it. They write smut, and that's what they're happy doing. Doesn't mean we're any more fucked up than high literary people. It's just high literary people are just not putting out smut for the most part. B, try and finish as many projects as I can, edit them and publish them somewhere under some name, not my own if it's going to be erotic. I do appreciate that anonymity. That might be a part of shame, but there's also just you're writing smutty stories. That's not something your coworkers need to know. That's not something maybe your friends need to be reading. What's coming out there, that side of yourself. I can share that, but I don't maybe need to share it with that people. I will at least share with Ja a description of the work and where it is published to try and open myself out and see how that goes. Trying to kind of like diffuse the double life aspect of all this with myself, because there's very much like being concealed, which I don't know. I'm on a channel that's PR 5147 and I'm disemvoweling everything. But this is because this is no. To be fair, a part of that is I just don't want people to look at me. There's that deep shame. A part of it is a dump channel. I'm just talking and I'm talking and nobody wants to do, 25 robots want to watch this, but nobody else. So there's that. There's 3 is BookTube, which is the public side of things, and my vocal work, and PR 5147. I want to examine with my kind of BookTube channel, my more properly under my name. Examine what way forward is with my public channel, and come to some sort of plan as to what I will publish there, and try and relax about sharing videos publicly. I have made 4 or 5 videos now that were meant to be published publicly that I uploaded to my public channel, but I've kept private, and just I haven't been able to bring myself to actually release just because they're so lame. But then again, I'm lame, and I gotta there's a part of me that's just gotta kind of accept that, accept a certain level of quality, accept the certain level of Janus, Johnness, Janus that comes with being myself. B is 5147, which continues to be a great outlet for me, especially for my dark videos. Doing those end of the day check-ins is really, I've found really good. As is like the monthly anxiety videos that I do. Those are also, yeah, they're a good place just to let it hang out, read aloud, and put all of my videos up, whether I share them or not. Um, you know, at the not, I cringe at the moment. I've got 25 subscribers. I mean, I don't think any of these, I think a lot of them are robots or people who've subscribed and then just left. So I don't think anyone's actually watching me, watching my videos. But like, I cringe that like my public channel, which is neglected and, let's face it, is just me, nattering about books. It's the subscriber count is slowly decreasing just by one. It's going in the negative direction. And, I cringe at the thought of someday PR 5147 will have more subscribers than my public channel, which is just be like, fuck's sake. I just can't get away from this bullshit. But I also, there's something about having a dump channel where I just put everything out. I do disembowel it. I do make it as hard as possible to find, but it's out. I've released it. There's something about publishing it publicly that isn't just me. It is gives it a little bit of like you fly away into the swirling vortex of the universe, unindexed. That it's out there. Makes it feel like a little bit of a release for me. I'm going to continue with my vocal stuff I'm going to try and continue with my vocal stuff, try and change up the vocal training and see how that ties into the above of talking on the internet and stuff like that. See if Darren what's his name has done stuff I could swap out and have a slightly different routine. I'm not going to change it, but I'm going to trying to keep be improving however I can. I mean, I think a part of it has got to do more with organization than it does actually with vocal performance at this point. Though I notice, I call my vocal videos like reports no videos, and it's like I still have plenty, probably too many in my video. It's one of those things where I don't think I want to eliminate them all, but whenever I look down at something, whenever I'm slightly at a loss for words, I will go back to umming and ahhing in a annoyingly too much. I would like to just turn the dial down a little bit so that there's less there, and also get myself warmed up quicker. I find at the beginning of videos, I'm like, hi, well, I'm kind of doing this, and then suddenly I'll kind of click in and I'll go. If I could kind of click in and go a lot quicker, or just eliminate that blah, blah, blah at the beginning, that would be great, because I think a lot of people, if they're going to click on my video, they're going to watch like the first 30 seconds, which is all me fumbling. And then, it's like one of those, just skip 5 minutes into the video and then you'll be fine. Or 10 minutes. Jesus Christ. Number 4 for self-work is physical, which is continuing with my physio exercises, continue and expand and intensify the black exercises that are strengthening my core and protecting my back. That's really been a success of last year. Work towards a goal of 200 pounds by the end of the year, decreasing my calorie intake at night to start with, then calorie intake during the day in a sustainable way, building in good habits, less gut, less strain on the back being the main thing. I mean, I also want to show off my Greek godlike physique, but to be honest, the thing that's the best about exercise, the best about not being overweight is physically feeling good and having the energy and being able to continue to be employed late in life, because I'm going to need to be employed late in life. I know I need that. That is, If I can avoid, having to quit work at 55, that would be a really good idea, because I would be then destitute. And that would make for a miserable further 25, 30 years of my life, most likely. So try and be healthy so that as many of those years, I mean, old age isn't fucking for wimps, but, to try and work with that. And I've got work with Ja to get to swimming once a week. Swimming would be great for me. Swimming would be excellent, would be the best first step for Ja of that. And I would say, I'm not going to get into her stuff, but that's a kind of a couples thing. So it kind of goes with various things. So yeah, at the moment, it's called the year of self-work, which I don't like. I don't like it. It feels, it's like the year of working on myself. It's not the year of improvements. I mean, it really is. If the one thing is the kind of the year of small improvements, the other one, I mean, the year of self-care, which is kind of, it's funny. That sounds kind